before we start the discussion, why don't we just hear a little bit, some responses. What did you think of the film?
I thought it was absolutely amazing. The only thing that I would tweak is not, I know everybody thinks we caused climate change, but we didn't. We're just accelerating the natural process. But everything else was spot on. I loved it. It was fantastic. Very motivating.
Great. Others?
When was the film produced and released?
Within the last year, I think.
Where
did you find the film?
I think I saw some email message that I got, and I ordered it.
I like the fact that it was open-ended, but it continues. You can't destroy an idea and a dream. I like the idea that it gave so many great examples of what so many occupiers did and continue to do with foreclosure fighting and student debt revolt, all that.
Great.
I liked it. It was a good mix of activism and education. So it seems like you could even show it to people who might be really afraid to be in that kind of situation because it doesn't go on too long. So they can still. So I think it's a very well crafted film.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Great. Sherry?
All of the above, and I also appreciated the reminder that a movement is not a one-month thing, it's not a one-year thing. Many of the speakers emphasize the fact that this is a long-term haul and that we're in this together, and not to get depressed or challenged or frustrated, because this is a very sustained action that we have to be about.
Okay, yeah, so just a couple comments. So first of all, I think it's important that we not get sucked into a nostalgia trip. I think we should make nostalgia a thing of the past. We can enjoy our memories, but we can't create 2011 again any more than we can create the 60s again. And
I think we can.
no, we can't. It won't be the same. We can. Could you please not interrupt me, people?
Let us hear from him, and then
Come on, Ethan, go ahead.
Thank you. You can't stand in the same river twice because the river is not the same river and the person isn't the same person. So it won't look like 2011 ever, I promise. But that doesn't mean that there can't be more movements going forward. Some of the stuff we did back in the day was awesome. Some of it was self-defeating. That's why it didn't continue the way it was going. And we need to look at what worked and what didn't. And the final thing I want to say is movements never start with millions of people on the street. If you have a handful of people, do something awesome that only takes a handful of people. And that's how you create more people. And yes, it is going to be endless and go on as long as there are human beings, because things will never be perfect and we'll always want to make them better. That's what I gotta say.
Thank you. Ann?
I would have liked to see more of the sort of General Assembly, or at least some. I mean, they didn't really show much of people actually working, because that to me was a really big and interesting part of the Occupy, was really doing the democratic process.
Okay.
I enjoyed it.
Good. Go ahead, Marty.
Well, I was as I was watching it, I was sort of thinking of like the abolitionist movement and the feminist movement, which took generations, to finally get something, and I think we're in the midst of something, something that big. I mean, the abolitionist movement was unbelievable in this country, and I think we need to understand that we're a part of something like that.
Great.
Yeah. I was mostly involved with the Oakland Occupy.
You are what?
I was mostly involved with Occupy Oakland, but I don't know, for the past 30 years, we used to say, where are all the young people? And they finally showed up during the Occupy movement, and a lot of them got a great education. And they're ready to join in any, they're doing things in small ways, but, you know, maybe that'll, hopefully that'll lead to a bigger thing. But, you know, in a way, it was a victory for police brutality, because there were a lot of new actors, especially in the suburbs and young people, that really got turned off with the police brutality, and a lot of them started not coming. So, and the police learned a lot too, from what I've read and seen. So I'm just grateful. When I see older people in marches in Oakland, they would say, "Thank God this happened in our lifetime." And I think it's just continuing, and it's going to continue, and we're going to win.
Good, thank you.
I think the film was really good on the issues and not so good on the tools that we have in our toolbox, which are numerous, many. I think it emphasized showing up, which is great. Large numbers of people, really articulate speech. However, I think that's just the bare scratching of the tools that we have.
There's room for another film, right? Yeah.
At the beginning, somebody who apparently hadn't noticed the diversity of what was going on asked, well, is this about reforms or revolution? And the response was, it doesn't matter, I don't care. It seems to me that even though for some things, the tactics, whether it's pursuing reforms or revolution, could be the same, and some of the objectives could be the same, there's such different strategies. I don't get it as far as it doesn't matter.
Yes.
I really like the film.